Hello everyone, welcome to this new video, and in this video tutorial I am going to share how to start codings with your custom block. In my previous video I have discussed about a boilerplate, and I have also shown you a GitHub repo that I have redesigned and reformatted so that we can add multiple blocks inside a single plugin. So I will start from this GitHub repo, and I will just clone it and start developing my own custom block. So this was our boilerplate, and it is 0 configurations, and it will create a simple block, and we will start working on it. So first of all, I'm going to copy the HTTPS link so that I can clone the repo in my local server. And I am in the plugins directory. I want to open my terminal. I hope you know about the Git and GitHub. If you don't have any knowledge about it, please study on it, and it is really very easy to learn. I think you already know about it. So I'm going to clone the repo in my plugins folder. So get clone, and I want to give a name of the plugins or the name of the folder, like it will be our basic or startup block. So our repo is successfully cloned. Now we want to open the folder and our code editor. Like I want to open say startup block, and I do it my code. And to open it my Visual Studio Code. You can see this is my Visual Studio Code. If I check out the file structure of this boilerplate, I will see there is some setup like our previous WordPress by default boilerplate. First one is the build folder. This folder includes all the files, I mean the production file of our plugins or of our block. And so I have added this additional folder that is called lib. That means if you want to use an external library inside your plugins or block, you can use the folder. But right now I want to remove this one because we don't need to use any external library right now. And source is our main folder. It will include all the blocks file, and each block will include inside a folder like bootstrap. This is a single block, and it includes its all necessary file inside this folder. I also created a color template, custom color template to support for any block. Right now we don't need to use any color palette, so I am going to delete this one also. And the index.js is most important file because this index.js will include all the core or the root file of each block. I mean every block has a index.js file, and all index.js file will be included inside this index.js, so that it can compile and create our build folder. So it is most important. You have to keep in mind about it. And if you go to the bootstrap, you will see there are some files. First on the block.js. So block.js is the main file to represent the block. I mean it includes all the necessary information about a block, like the name of the block and version 0.1.0. It is default, you don't need to worry about it. And title, and the title is the block title that will be visible in the block inserter library. And this is the category. I have used a custom category here. I will also show you how to create custom category and use inside your block. But right now we will use a default category like common, this one. And the icon, I have used a dash icon. We can also use any custom icon like SVG icons. I will also show you in the later about how to use a custom icon inside our block. There is a description. You can give a short description about your block, like our first block. And there are some supports and attributes of the dynamic data that will help us to store data and change the data. You can also call it as a state management in React. I hope you know about the React, because if you don't have any knowledge about the React, you don't need to continue this course at all, because you must need to have a sort of understanding in React and JavaScript. And there is a text domain. We can change the text domain. I will explain it later. No, don't be worried about it. So if I go to the index.js file, it is the main file or the root file for this block. Actually, we have divided our blocks file into a number of files like edit.js or save.js. That is not a problem. So let me explain the index.js. First of all, the register block type is the main function that will register a block. So we have called this function, and the first parameter will contain the information about the block. So we have taken this all information from the blocks.js, and we have imported it as a metadata. It is not a fact. You can import as any named, like a block info or block something like this. And second parameter is our object, and this is the main parameter. It will includes two important function, and first one is the edit and second one is the save function. So first one, edit function, is most important because it will works only for the editor, and save function will responsible for our front-end view. So this is a function and this is another function. We have imported this function from two areas like edit.js and save.js. We have separated them because each function includes a lot of informations. If we include all the information inside a single file, it will be so large. That's why I have separated all of this. You can also write the codes inside here, but that is not manageable at all. So if I check out the edit.js file, you will see there the basic information about our edit.js folder. I want to remove this one because we are not using any color palette right now. I will also customize this, no worry about it. And if I check out the save.js, you will see there is a function, and we have just simply exported the function so that we can import in our index.js. So I think you understood the basic structure of this plugins or of this block. And there is some two style. First one is the editor.source file. This file is responsible for styling only the editor view, and the style.source folder is responsible for styling the front end and back end. I mean, the style.source file will be responsible for styling front end view plus editor view. But if you only apply style inside the editor, so you can use only this editor.source file. So I have tried to explain the basic structure of this plugins or folder. If you go to the WordPress developer handbook, and if you go to the create a basic blog, I will also share the link in the video description. You will find the basic information about the blog.js folder, blog.js file. You can see there is the basic information. If you want to learn more about it, you can also explain all of this from here. Even here is a good explanation and description. So I request or I recommend to check out this handbook like the block support, blocks controls, or any attributes like the attributes and editable fields. All of this information are explained in details in here. Okay, now come back to this our folder, our plugins are block. So if we want to start our development, we have to start from our plugins.php file. First one is the plugins name. You have to change the plugins name, like we want to make it our plugins like startup block. You can give a short description about the plugins, something to say. I think you have know about the WordPress plugins development. If you don't have any knowledge about it, then please study on it, how to start WordPress plugins. So there are some two prefixes. One is the boilerplate and one is the capitalized uppercase boilerplate. We want to replace this with our one prefix. So first I want to change it, copy, and I want to replace like startup boilerplate. I am going to start with the sub. I'm going to replace this one. You can also use any prefix. I'm just showing you how to replace this one. Okay, our all prefixes are done. It is most important to set a prefix so that we can avoid any collision or any conflict. So I'm giving the text domain like a startup block. If we go through the code structure for this plugins.php file, we'll see there is a class, final class, and we have declared this class, and inside this class there is a constructor that includes all actions and filter hooks, and there is some constant defined here. I think you know about the PHP, so if you have a sort of understanding, you can easily understand all of this. And this last one was responsible for include any external libraries. Since we are not going to use an external library right now, I am going to remove this one. We don't need to use this hook at all. We have also used a default the existing category, so we don't need to use any custom category right now. So we have cleaned up all of this. Right now we have only two files here. One is the define constant, and second one is a action hook that will help us to register our block. So the main function to register any block with the PHP, that is called the register block type. So I have worked for this function and set another function, because this time we will call this function and pass our parameters like this one. So this is our main function, and it is included, or it is hooked in a init action hook, and inside this function there is our main function, that means this function, and this function is included with this function. That means it will create a, or it will register a block. Suppose we have passed a bootstrap as the name of this function, sorry, name of this block, and it will take this parameter here, and it will also register a block type with this name like the bootstrap. We also learn more about it. We are not going to create any category right now, so I am going to remove this, and similarly we are not going to use an external library. So I have cleaned up this all of this information. You can also clean up and make it as part of your need. We also don't need to use this one, because we need only this version number, nothing else. So everything is fine. Now let's start. First one, I want to change the name of this folder, like I want to make it fast block. And if I expand it, so block.json, so we have to change the information of this block. First, the name. There are two parts of a block name. First one is the prefix, and second one is the name of the folder or the name of this block. So we have used a prefix like sub, and second one is our block name like first block, and I give the title of this block. So I'm giving the title first block. So there is category. I'm keeping it to the common category. You can also change the icon, like you can use image, or you can also use table or use a table. If you search for the dash icons, you will see all of these icons. Like you can see there are a lot of icons. Suppose I want to use this generic icons, admin generic. I want to copy, okay, and paste it here. Sorry. Okay, we will discuss about the attributes later, don't worry. So I want to change the text domain. It was our start a block. So our information are changed, block information are changed. We have to change index.js file because now our folder name is first block. And similarly, if we have to go to the plugins.js file, sorry, plugins.php file, and change the name of this block name. It is now first block. So our all informations are changed, and it is our a completely new block is going to create it. And if I go to the editor.js folder, I will see this is the informations. I want to remove all of this, like I want to remove all of these informations and want to create a blank. Okay, just want to write editor. Okay, and going to the save.js, I also want to remove all of this informations, and because we will discuss all of this. Okay, and I want to just write save function. Okay, so everything is fine. Now we have to go to our terminal. First we have to install npm install. So npm is installed successfully. We have to run, first command is npm run build. Build will help us to build our own custom block. If you go to the package.json file, you will see the all commands like build. This is for production, format, package update, or restart. So if I check out our build folder, I will see our folder is created and our blog is also created. So I want to npm run start. Npm run start will help us to continuous updating our changes. Now if I go to my dashboard and if I check out the plugins, I will see our first startup block plugins is here. I want to activate it. Our plugins is successfully activated. If we go to a new page, and if we check this block insert library, and inside the text category we will find our first block. You can see this is our first block, and if I click, you can see You can see this is our edit, and if I publish and see the result at the front end, I will see the save function, because inside our editor.js folder, I'm in this area, we have only the editor, and inside the save.js I have only the save function. So our first blog is successfully created and it is working fine. Now let's go start in depth. The first option I want to start with the icons and category. Suppose we want to use a different icon, or we want to use icon color or icon background. If you want to do this, whenever I can do inside this blog.json file. So simply we have to remove this one. So I want to remove this one from here because we want to add some extra information about this. And we have to go to the index.js folder, file, and inside this index.js we will call the icon, and this icon will object, and first parameter will add this the source, the source of the icon, like it will be admin generic. Okay, second one is our foreground. Foreground means our color, only the color. We want to use color as white. As third one is our background. I have set the black color as the background color. And if we save and if I update, I will see the result. Yeah, if I go here, you can see our icon color and the background color has changed. Suppose you want to use a SVG icon, you want to use a custom icon, you can also do this. I want to add some custom icons, like I want to use a custom icon. I want to create from here. This is a better site that will help us to create any SVG custom icon. So you have to use 24 and 24 width and height, and if I zoom it, I can also create an icon here from here, like this one, nothing else. And I want to expand, also export, and this is our icon. I want to copy this SVG icon. I'm going to set here. So if I want to save, I have to do this. I don't need to use any information like this, and to remove this link also. Sorry. Okay. And if I refresh the page, I will see a custom icon here. As you can see, this is our custom icon because we don't have anything sensitive. So you can also use any dash icons or custom icons in here. So I think you have understood it. I want to remove this one and want to use the dash icon also only. So admin generic. And I want to show this second information about this one. This is the category. There are a lot of categories inside it, like text means the common category, media category, design, widget, theme, embed, and some other informations also are available here. Suppose we want to change this from text to media category. So we can change this category to media. And if I refresh, I will see now our blog is under the media category. You can also change it like the design. You will see our blog is now visible and the design category like this one. Under this design category, we will also create a custom category. I will show you at the end of this course. No worry, when we will build a custom block for the WordPress plugins repository, then we will create a custom category for our block. So right now I am keeping it only the common, this one, and refresh. Yeah, so I hope you have understood the editor. What is the function of the editor.js? Actually, editor.js will render all the information for the inside the editor panel, and front end, to render any content in the front end, you have to use save.js file. That is also an important note about this, and that is called this option, because we have already told about this. There are three parts in a Gutenberg editor. First one, this is called the block inserter library. Second one is the editor panel, and third one is our setting panel. So first one is our block inserter. This is the basic the area for displaying all block information. This block information is coming from our block.json for file, and for the editor, the all informations are coming from our editor.js. And to show all the information and set the setting area, I mean the sidebar area, we have to use inspector control. So let me show you how to use inspector control. We have to go to the editor.js, and inside this editor.js, I want to take a fragment. Fragment is a default element. It is coming from element. So if you want to use any component or anything, you have to first import, like I have imported some information here, or you have to distract, like I have distract from this fragment from this develop element, and you have to use it. I will also explain it more in details later. So inside, I want to block info, and here is the blocks editor panel, and we want to add some settings. So if you want to add certain settings for your block, like inside to this area, you have to use inspector control. So inspector controls, so if you write something inside this inspector control, you will find all of this information at the side of this block. So if you want to use this inspector control, first of all you have to import this from the blocks editor. And if I save this one, and if I refresh, I will see, yes, if I select, I want to select from here, I will see the setting, like this is our setting, and it is coming from our inspector control panel from this area. But we want to use something almost like this one, like if I add the paragraph, and I will see this panels, this area looking better, and this is really awesome. So we also want to add something like this one. We can also do this. We have to add some extra component like panel body. So panel body, we have to use a panel body component. You have to import this from the components area first, then you can use it here. So panel body have first attribute is the title. You can give a title like first panel or panel title, and there is another option, initial open. You can keep it initially open or hide like true. And inside the panel body, if you write something like this, you will see the result with a formatted structure. If I select again this one, I will see, yeah, now it is looking better. Now we can add anything inside here. If you want to add another panel, so simply copy like panel, or I can give it this color panel or the color panel something. We're going to keep it initially hidden. I'm sorry. And if I refresh, I will see, yeah, it is hidden. So I think you have understood how to write your code and how can you start your own blog. So this video is just for today, and I will try my best to continue this course and adding more videos as soon as possible. So if you have any more questions about it or anything related to this, first I recommend to go to the Boilerplate Editor handbook. You will find the all information about it. And after all, if you have any more questions, you can let me know. Just simply comment under the video, and I will try to explain the answer of this question. So if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel and let me know your feedback. Have a good day. Thank you.